Hi, this is Steve Davis over at Total Wealth Academy, and this is Investor Tip Tuesday. The Investor Tip today has two parts. One, you've got to realize that leadership is by example. And the second tip is love your kids. Now, let's talk about leadership first. Leadership is always most effective if you're living what you're preaching. There's a phrase out there you should be aware of. Who you are speaks so loudly that I can't hear what you say. That applies to your kids harshly. If you're not doing the right things with your life and you start telling them what to do, they see it and they're going to rebel. That's also using control and power on your kids. In other words, you're not doing it, but you tell them to do it. That's not only hypocritical, it's completely ineffective. So let's bring up this point. It is your duty to do well financially. It is your duty to thrive, and then teach your kids how to do well financially and thrive as well. Because look at the opposite. If you go through life living paycheck to paycheck, constantly complaining about money, and you retire broke, what have you taught your kids to do? You taught your kids to do the exact same thing. You've damned them to the same fears and insecurities about money that you have. It is important to love your kids and use that motivation to get yourself out there, learn this material, learn what the rich are teaching their kids, pass it on to your kids so that they don't suffer with the same fears and insecurities about money that we did. And by the way, below is a link to probably the most effective and most important book that you could ever share with your kids. It's called The Richest Man in Babylon by George Clason. It teaches them the path to wealth that has worked for literally 3,000 years. So click the link below, give a copy to your kids, get them to read it. My kids read it at 8. You could wait, but there's no reason to. Age 8, they'll understand it. If they're older than that, give it to them today and get them to read it. So click that link below, download that PDF, and start reading The Richest Man in Babylon. That's Investor Tip Tuesday. Thanks for watching.